So I'm currently in this weird state of depression because I just got back from a vacation from Disney. But while I was there, I went to the official Star Wars merchandise store in Disney Springs and I bought myself this baby. And it's helping me get through this depression because just love you. Hello everybody, welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host John Maffio, and today's featured movie is Rogue One, a Star Wars story directed by Gareth Edwards. It stars Felicity Jones, Ben Mendelsohn, Diego Luna, among others. Now the story is a story that was constructed through the opening crawl of the original Star Wars movie, Star Wars, or now as it's called, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, where rebel spies stole the plans for the Death Star, and it helped the rebellion get a small victory that led to the ultimate victory of the destruction of the first Death Star in the first movie. Oops, spoiler alert, have you never seen Star Wars? Well, too late, bitch. So the story on a broader scale is about these rebels who banded together to find the Death Star plans and retrieve them, steal them. On a more intrinsic level, though, it's about Jyn Erso, Felicity Jones' character, and her personal journey to get the Death Star plans, but also her relationship with her father, Galen Erso, played by Mads Mikkelsen. And there's also the ongoing plot and hierarchy madness between characters like Ben Mendelsohn's character, Orson Krennic, Darth Vader, he's in the trailer, so I'm not giving away spoilers here, and other characters that you may recognize from the original trilogy. I didn't do my review initially because one, I was on vacation, and two, I came out of the movie the first time skeptical and hesitant because I had these feelings that I felt like would be improved with a repeated viewing. The first half of this movie moves pretty slow, the first time for me at least, and the third act is incredible. I'm getting right into it. The third act is one of the best third acts in Star Wars history. There are moments throughout this movie I'm never going to forget, but in the third act especially, there are moments that are truly unforgettable for Star Wars fans, but the first two acts were severely lacking from my point of view the first time. Now having seen it twice, some of my flaws still stand, but the idea of the pacing being an issue is no longer an issue after the first time. I liked the small moments, and I really liked everything that built up to the third act, seeing it a second time. There are other things I'll get into right now that I still have problems with, but the pacing issues are eliminated, they're erased. A lot of the main characters, these rebels that we're supposed to care about, I didn't care about. We learned some things about certain characters. Not everybody gets great detail and attention to their character arcs because a lot of them don't have real character arcs or backstories, which I'm fine with. I know the story focus is more about what's going on the mission at hand, but it would have been nice to know more about these characters. I really enjoyed Ben Mendelsohn's character, Orson Krennic. He's a great character for this franchise, a great addition. I loved him a lot. But yeah, as far as the rebels are concerned, I wish there would have been a little bit more for them. There's a thing they do that involves CGI with some characters, two characters in particular, and second time I didn't have as much of a problem with one of the characters, but there's one who has more prominence to the story of this film. There is a heavy reliance on CGI, and it kind of took me out of the movie. I loved what was going on with the character from a story perspective, and I liked what this character did to progress the story, but just on a visual level, I think the CGI was a little shoddy. And finally, the music by Michael Giacchino. There are moments in the third act where the music is absolutely incredible, and it helped create lifting and memorable moments. But there are other moments that the music kind of took me out of the movie as well, with the other complaint with the CGI. But it seemed like some of the music just didn't fit with the scene, or it also, in juxtaposition with the way certain characters were reacting, I just didn't get the emotion out of certain things that I wanted to really feel. Composers take months and months and months to compose scores for big blockbuster movies. He had like a month. So I can't imagine how arduous it was for him to do that. So I give him credit where credit's due, but the music did take me out in certain moments because it didn't seem to fit. I really liked the visual aesthetics of this film. Edwards as a director is so visually incredible. There was always a looming presence of the Empire in the original trilogy, but he really makes it from a visual perspective, look massive and intimidating and terrifying. He really brought this awesome, gritty, dirty, and dark feel to the universe. I really appreciated how he went with the tone. His tone was consistent throughout the movie. When it gets down to it, there are some classic Star Wars moments in this movie, and I really commend Edwards for being able to tell a story, an original story of these rebel spies who stole the Death Star plans, and he did it in a way that conveys emotions that really do, on the second viewing, it hit me more. The way certain characters are introduced, in a way exposition is explained in certain moments, do seem kind of forced, but for the most part, I really enjoyed the direction of the story and the direction of the storytelling from Edwards, and I really can't wait to watch this movie over and over again for certain moments, because people are going to have most complaints about the first and second acts. That's what a lot of other reviews are saying. I'm going to say it too. But it's all worth it for the last act of the movie, because the last act is classic Star Wars. So many incredible moments. There's a couple that I can't get into, but Jesus, I was like internally screaming. Certain scenes are like mind-blowingly awesome. I can't even get it. Oh my god. Darth Vader. He's got minimal screen time in this movie, but whenever he's in the movie, oh. There's also a lot of fan service in this movie. Some of it is there just to like make people like freak out and have, oh, I know, in my opinion, and I didn't mind it. But there's also some fan service that felt like it serviced the story. And the moments that serviced the story, I really enjoyed. I feel like I can't go into further detail without spoiling elements of the plot or characters for Rogue One, so I'm just going to end the actual review here and give my little consensus. Rogue One: A Star Wars Story was a film that I was apprehensive about opinion-wise coming out the first time. Even though I really loved the movie, for certain aspects I didn't for others. Coming out a second time, it solidified my opinion, and it's the reason why I'm reviewing this movie now, is because I wanted to make sure I felt how I felt coming out after a second time. Besides the thinly developed characters, some weird CGI for certain characters, and some weird choices from a direction of story and music, I think Rogue One is a fantastic and superb film. It's really great in moments. Not so great in other moments, but the great moments outshine the not so great moments, and there are really, really incredible scenes in this movie that stand toe-to-toe with moments and scenes from the original trilogy, from Empire Strikes Back, from A New Hope, from Return of the Jedi, beloved films in people's lives. There are moments in this movie that will make people cry because it really shows the true essence and authenticity of Star Wars. And Gareth Edwards brings this scale and visual flair that really feels like it belongs in the universe. I can't wait to watch it again. Rogue One is a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a darn good movie. It's also a darn good Star Wars movie, and I recommend it highly. But now I want to know from you guys, what did you think of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and check out my social medias and my other videos down below and all around. Check out The Odyssey. I've been writing for them for a few months now, but I post a lot of movie articles. I'll be posting a link to my profile down below. I have an article once a week, and I talk a lot about movies. Sometimes Star Wars, when I can. Don't want to do it too much, though. I'm John Maffio, a.k.a. MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys next time. May the Force be with you. Always.